And we come back now with another look at that stretch of 75 there at El Dorado. Not pretty. A lot of cars having to, at the last minute, merge on over to try to keep out of that high water that you see there on the right side of the freeway. Looks like we have some kind of a service vehicle with flashing lights blocking at least that the furthest right lane right now. You can see some workers getting out there, thankfully, because that's a lot of water to have to go through. Kyle, you were just saying that you experienced that quite a bit in that stretch.
Yeah, there and just south of there too, kind of between where the Allen Outlet Mall is, and then once you get up to the exit for 75, there's kind of a spot there that has a tendency of flooding as well. So
that one there at El Dorado, you could actually see, a couple of the little spouts, the holes that they have there on the side of the road, taking some of that water away. But maybe they need to add a few more.
All it takes is maybe just pulling something out of a storm drain, and that, and we see this time and time again here in North Texas, where places that shouldn't flood because something's clogged up, and all it takes is one little construction zone for that to happen as well. And it's also a point today, because we've been so wet recently, any amount of heavy rain could cause legitimate flooding in places as well because of how soggy the ground is. So yes, we do have the threat for severe weather today, but we also have the threat for some flash flooding here or there as well. A reminder, tornado watch in effect for all of DFW. And every county you see in yellow here, which is most of you watching at the moment. Reminder, tornado threat is not high by any means, but it is not zero either. So that's why a tornado watch was issued today instead of a severe thunderstorm watch for DFW to the east and to the south. Where there is a severe thunderstorm watch is for kind of the rest of North Texas that's not in the tornado watch, and that would be western and northwestern North Texas. The reason why the tornado threat's lower that way is because we have kind of this boundary moving in, and it just conditions are basically zero, chances are zero for a tornado in that part of North Texas. But across the rest of the area, it's not completely zero, but it is on the lower end. I'm still continue to be much more concerned with a wind and hail threat with any thunderstorms the remainder of the day today. As far as a square mileage percentage, most of DFW dry at the moment, but it is raining pretty heavily from Garland to Mesquite right out on I-30. One severe thunderstorm in eastern Hunt County at the moment, but a flash flood warning just got issued for all of Rockwall County, most of Hunt County, and kind of a sliver of Collin County there because of the heavy rain basically moving right along I-30 there. And that's what I was talking about. Any amounts of heavy rain could cause some localized flooding here or there. So just use caution on that, especially if you're traveling on I-30 to the east the remainder of the day today. We continue to have this one severe thunderstorm, isolated severe thunderstorm, basically right on top of Mineral Wells at the moment, kind of moving toward the Weatherford area. That's under a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:15. It's kind of showed maybe a little signs of weakening here. Here's some times for you. Weatherford, it arrives at 4:42. Now, if it can hold together and move into Tarrant County, which I'm not entirely convinced it's going to completely hold together, there's your arrival times as it could potentially move toward the Tarrant County area. Aledo, basically right around 5, maybe downtown Fort Worth by about 5:30. But some of our high-res computer models kind of have this thunderstorm fizzling out as it tries to move into the DFW area. But basically between now and about 5, 6 o'clock, could be a little rain trying to move into the Tarrant County area. Those thunderstorms from Dallas County to the northeast will kind of continue moving off to the northeast as well. And basically the later in the evening that we get, the lower the coverage of storms. Everything just kind of fizzles out or moves out of North Texas 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Maybe a little spotty activity here or there, but you can see coverage not very high as we head through the evening and overnight hours. Let's talk about tomorrow. We're dry to start the day. A little round of thunderstorms possible across southern areas through the morning hours. But some of that activity drifts up into the DFW area during the afternoon. There's 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock around of thunderstorms out there. Those continue towards 7 o'clock. And just like today, any of those storms could be strong to severe, mainly with a hail and wind threat that, just like today, tornado threat's not completely zero, but it is looking much lower than the hail and the wind threat. So it's a slight risk for severe weather during the day tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that for sure as we head through the day. And then I got more storm chances for this weekend. More on that in a second. Some scattered thunderstorms tonight, obviously. Most of the severe threat will kind of come to a close as we head into late night hours. 70 tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, those scattered thunderstorms with the severe threat, 86 will be your high. And then it's the 90s. 93 Friday, 92 Saturday, 96 Sunday, your Memorial Day. We hit 90 degrees. Weekend will not be a washout by any means, but there could be a pop-up thunderstorm Friday evening again on Saturday evening and into Saturday night, but not everybody will see those. We're dry Sunday, and for your actual Memorial Day, a little bit of a cool down into next week with highs back in the 80s, but storm chances may make a return for the second half of that following week.
All right, Kyle, thank you.